Okay, so I'm going to take you to an email that I've received today. From PC Beth Granger, Southend Police. And this is following on from a telephone conversation that I had with this officer earlier on today, about 15 minutes before this actual email came. And I want to sort of like highlight some things for you. So she says, as discussed via the telephone, you've reported you're receiving verbal abuse and threats of violence. The abuse you are receiving is linked to the Community Protection Warning, CPW, that you've been issued. And this, the threats of violence, the verbal abuse and everything else, it's the kids and the parents who've been abusing me, calling me a paedophile, threatening me with violence, that kind of thing. And all because they believe that I am a paedophile, which I'm not. So they go on to say, because the CPW that I've been issued is not permitting me to actually sort of do anything like film the kids, parents or whatever. So they've made it hard for me to gather evidence, right? But then in this nutshell here, in this second paragraph, she said, in the absence of any evidence, we are unable to pursue any reports you make to us. So with this being said, I've advised you that you are permitted to purchase an audio recorder. So, pretty much like I'm allowed to go and buy this digital video recorder thingy, whatever, right? But then I have another dilemma. And that is here. I'm essentially allowing you to use a device that has no camera. Notice that in red. The device is for your safety only and should not be misused for online content. Well, it's up to me what I choose to post online anyway. But, I wouldn't be misusing it regardless. Right? It says, if you produce evidence from the audio recording to police, we do not want to see you communicating with or reacting to the individuals issuing the threats, you approaching the children or parents with the device in hand, not to be positioned in a way that appears to be provocative, i.e. in a visible place, where other individuals may deem it to be a breach of your CPW, and not to share any content you obtain on social media. Well, let me just get this thing clear, right? First up, I don't want to communicate with or have anything to do with these individuals, nor do I want to approach the kids anyway. But not to be positioned in a way that appears to be provocative, i.e. in a visible place. So what they're calling provocative, right, is like I'm not to be positioned outside, like when the kids are out there or something like that, or even as a matter of fact, on the act, or say on, but not on, in my actual living room window, so not to be positioned in a way that appears to be provocative. So if I'm sitting in my living room window and these kids or their parents look up, they could take that as a provocation that I'm watching the kids, or I'm doing this or doing whatever with the kids, right? And then she goes on to say that, to clarify, the conditions of the Community Protection Warning still apply, and it's your responsibility to ensure you're abiding by the conditions listed on the document. Well, I have been. But, then that goes back to point C, where she's put as well, not to be positioned in a way that appears to be provocative, like, i.e. in a visible place. So, like, i.e. not outside when the kids are outside, or not sitting in my living room window, in the chair by my living room window, because that could be taken as a provocation. This is absolutely stupid. And then, as mentioned on the phone, we want to decrease any public tension between you and the other residents in the locality. So I'd appreciate you using the device wisely. So, like, they want to decrease any public tensions between me and these other people, but yet they're not telling the other people to control their kids or to, like, basically stay away from me, kind of thing. And this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not sure if I have it on here. You don't want to see all that stuff. But here we go. And there is my conditions down there. Not to contact, communicate or approach any children who are playing sports activities, blah, blah, blah. Not to use foul, abusive or intimidating language to any person or behaviour to any person in public. Not to record children playing sport activities and post recordings on social media or other platform. Which is BX, really. It's BX. But going back to this email, do they want to decrease the public tensions between me and the other residents? Right. But yet, essentially, they're allowing me to use a device that has no camera to record these kids or the parents, but I'm not allowed to be in but I'm not allowed to sort of like be in a position in a way that appears to be provocative, like i.e. in a visible place. So I can't be standing there outside, the kids come along, rah, 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 threatening me and that, or anything, or the parents come in my face threatening me and that. And like, I can't be sat in my living room window, minding my own business, looking out the window and not even looking at the kids or anything, because it might be deemed as provocative. So, yeah, I mean, you cast your verdict on it, but I think this is just the police's way of saying, sorry, we don't want to do anything once again. Because, we're not going to do anything because you've got no evidence. And if you do try and gain evidence, then you have to sort of be secret squirrel about it. But how can you do something like that? I mean, you can't sort of turn on a voice recorder or anything, leave it on all day just in the hopes it might catch something. So what the hell do they expect me to do? Because I'd have to put the voice recorder on the windowsill or something to catch these kids or whatever saying these things. And that's going to provoke them. It'll provoke the parents as well. So they're going to get provoked either way. I'm just done with this crap. Just the police don't want to do anything for me because they always think I'm to blame. And I'm fed up with it.